So in this video, I'm going to share with you the very simple concept that you can apply to your life right now, this very second, to make a change, make more money, get in better shape, and start thinking and doing more positive shit that'll actually help you improve in life, right? Now, something that I found very frustrating personally when I was going through my self improvement and self development journey is how hard it is to actually find shit on this, right? Like, no one actually tells you do this, do this, do this, do this. Up until very recently, the last few years kind of saw like a revolution in self improvement, but a few years back, right, no one was talking about like fucking like meditation, journaling, like all of this shit, right? It only came around because Andrew Tate blew up and blew up a bunch of other relevant people. Every single day I would type in on YouTube like how to become more attractive, how to get in better shape, how to do all these different things, and I would just come across the usual, like if it was fitness, it would be like one of those like how to get a six-pack in 5-minute videos, and then you do it quickly and then you think that you've actually got a six-pack in the mirror, but you actually don't, because the video doesn't tell you like how to actually get a six-pack. It's just a 5-minute workout, right? And then that applied with like everything, right? So no one actually tells you what to do when you're trying to improve, when you're trying to change your life. But I'm going to change that right now. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that you need to do differently if you actually want to make more money, if you actually want to leave that job, or if you actually want to do a complete 180 from where you are right now. Now, it's a very simple thing, and it doesn't have a name yet. Maybe we can come up with a name for this as we go. But what we need you to do is we're going to need you to start doing things differently. We're going to need, okay, here's the name for it, pattern interrupts, right? It's a term I was introduced to by Sam Ovens, millionaire, shout out Big Sam, owner and founder of school.com. I was about to say consultant.com. He did also found that, but is no longer the founder, or is no longer the owner rather. And he was one of the only guys who actually told you what to do. What we need you to do and what we need you to think like is the person you are right now, the person who's watching this video, who's looking at me, is not the same person that you're going to be in 6 months, 12 months, 10 years, 5 years, right? That version of you is different. Think about all the things that you want for a second. Okay, if you're someone who wants to leave your job, if you're someone who wants to make 5, 10k a month, travel the world, get the fuck out of the UK and get some sunshine for more than like 2 weeks, that version of you who is living that life is different from who you are now. So there's no such thing as just becoming a new person. You can't just change, right? You have to actually like transfer your energy, right? Energy is neither created nor destroyed, but it's transferred. So what we need to do is we're going to need you to start doing things differently, because what you've done up until this point is ultimately why you're here watching me and why you're not already out in Marbella fucking in a sick gym with like a Rolex in your wrist, living the life that you want, right? If that is the life that you want. If it's not, then yeah, I don't know, some other life, right? Whatever that life is, whatever that looks like, think of it in your mind right now. If you want to live that life, you're going to need to do shit differently. So what is pattern interrupts? What does that actually mean? What does that actually look like? What do you mean do things differently? I mean, you need to actually physically like start taking different actions to what you're doing right now. And it can be done in many, many, many different ways. Many different ways, right? What I like to do is I like to make things as easy as possible to start off with. So all that you need to do in the very beginning, this is an example of a pattern interrupt. Is this going to change your life? No. But this, to build the skill of doing shit differently, is going to help, right? What I did was I started putting my shoe on differently. I don't know a single person, I'm yet to see this to this day, I don't know a single person who puts on their left shoe before their right shoe. I don't know why. Everyone puts on their right shoe first, right? And I did the same for many, 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 many years. All I would do is just put on my right shoe first. And then when I started actually like working on myself and tried doing different shit, I realized, okay, I need to start applying more pattern interrupts to become a new person. So I started putting on my left shoe first, right? Very, very small pattern interrupt, but a pattern interrupt. And that was one of the very first things I did. I started doing differently. Just putting on my left shoe first every single day, putting in my left arm through the sleeve. Something that's very, very small, something very peculiar, but it made a difference. It helped me start thinking differently. It's like, wow, I don't usually do this, right? Because what happens is when you start doing like bad shit for so long, you just get stuck there. You don't realize how bad it is. It's like a person who stinks, a person who smells. Eventually the smell, they can't smell And when someone else comes and smells them, like, oh my god, you stink. Like, go take a shower. What I did as well when I started doing this is, aside from putting on my left shoe first instead of my right, is I would like each week I would just do different things. I would, instead of, for example, watching like a video whenever I'd eat, I would have to watch something, right? And I'd always put on like, I don't know, like football highlights. I'd always put on like, when I was younger, I'd watch a lot of like entertainment YouTube channels, right? Or FIFA gaming channels, a lot of that stuff, right? So what I started doing differently is I started watching like educational type shit. I started studying history. So I went from eating my meals watching like KSI and that to watching like the Roman Empire and like all this crazy shit, right? Like how Julius Caesar wasn't actually all that, but actually it was this side, Agrippa, who actually helped him conquer the Senate of Rome at the time, because Rome, in the Roman Republic, wasn't an empire which was ruled by one king. I can go into a completely different rabbit hole there. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to do that. But you can see how that's something completely different, right? And I think it's led to where I am now. And this is something that you can always apply, because what happens is you start a new routine and you get stuck in that same new routine. Deficiencies start to appear in that new routine and you stay there. You don't make a change, right? Something that I've been doing recently is just going on walks after my last meal of the day. A problem that I've had is, you know, now that I'm trying to bulk, I'm trying to put on the pounds, I end up getting very bloated. I end up getting very full. And that would make me extremely lazy. So I'd sit here at this very desk and I would just be doom scrolling for hours, right? Just like on my phone, like listening to like old R&B jams and like all this different shit. And then recently, very recently, I'm talking like the past 2 weeks, I just started going on walks. I'm like, cool, finish my meal. And it's like, it's just, I don't even have to think about it. It's not even a conscious thought now. Just get out of the house, go for a walk. No music, no stimulation, just me and my thoughts. And I just see what comes up, I learn. So that's pattern interrupts for you. Hopefully this video has been useful. Hopefully this is the start of you doing different shit. Whether that's waking up at 5 a.m, whether that's putting your left shoe on first, whether that's taking that cold shower instead of that hot shower. Whatever it is, find shit in your life that you need to do differently and do it. And you do enough of those things, you'll build up the habit, you'll build up the discipline to eventually create the life of your dreams, which is exactly what I've been able to do. It's exactly what many other people have been able to do. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it's been useful, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you soon. Bye bye.